Dear Diary. Jackpot! Hello, 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 and welcome to episode 5 of Family Minecraft. Now, you can see I'm flying, but I'm running dangerously short on some of the things that make us fly. And we're going to be sorting that out later on, and that's this episode. But first of all, we have some storage to take care of. So, let's get back to the house, and we'll take care of that. As you can see, I am joined by my happy helper, as always. Hello, Maria. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Whilst off camera, we've been playing around with this design. I believe it was Tango Tech. Was it Tango Tech?
I think so.
Yeah, Tango Tech's design. We've gone a little bit higher than he went, and we're going to be putting in a couple more. So I'm going to be using my happy helper to do a nice little time lapse of me hopefully not completely messing up copying this design over. It's a reasonably simple design. We do like it, and this section is functioning. Let's just quickly show the functionality. We can show it working. Or I could just get stuck. Enter this bit out. It's because you're stood there, aren't you? I'm just going to push you off. There we go. So you put items in here. They get pushed up an item elevator, they come down here, they check all of these boxes to see whether or not they can go in. Look at all these sticky the sticks. Sticky the stick, sticky the stick, sticky the stick. So these are all of the holders so that you can put in different items in here if you want to. Some of these are... Oh no, more sticky the sticks. Wow, you have been busy with the sticky the sticks, haven't you?
Everyone loves sticky the stick.
Sticky the stick, yeah, fantastic. So we're just going to, so you put the items in here, and they get sucked down into an item item elevator, and then they go all the way down here and check if they can go in. And if they can't, then they go back up another item elevator, and they come all the way back down here and check if they can go in. And if they can't, then they get passed out into this overflow chest here. This overflow chest is then going to be connected to another one of these, and it's going to go up an item elevator, go down, up an item elevator, down. You get the idea. You get the idea. That's basically how it works. I've also put in a very, very basic shulker box emptier so that you can go off and do your bits and pieces. You can come in, chuck your shulker box by here. It should draw out all of the items and sort them. There are nicer designs that... Oh, I get stuck, just silly things. There are nicer designs where you can have it so that it like breaks the shulker box and then puts the shulker box into storage. And we'll get around to that at some point, but like we don't have very many shulker boxes, so it's a bit pointless. So just to be able to come and chuck one there, have it automatically emptied and sorted at the end of a good long hard day of Minecrafting suits us for now, but I'm sure we will upgrade that. So I'm going to ask my happy helper now to start her screen recording, and we will go into a little time lapse, and hopefully then she'll have something to do, because then we'll be able to change all of this storage over here over to by here, and we can get rid of the several chest monsters that are starting to appear all over the industrial area downstairs. Because it's a pain. It's a pain. You never remember where you've left stuff, and you spend half your time running from here to there to down to up to down trying to find something that you could have just shoved in this chest and then come and got. So this has been a long time coming, and I am just sick of trying to find stuff. So we ready for a time lapse?
Yep.
Awesome. Right, let's get this done. done and done. And my happy helper has done a fantastic job of filling in a lot of these sections. Not quite complete yet, as nothing is. It's always room for improvement. But it's so nice. I wish I can say that it went smoothly. For the most part, it did. But there was a little bit of not working for a little bit, but it didn't take much. There was just a few pieces of redstone missing. So we hooked up the dragon heads. I took a redstone input line from where the items go in and up, and hooked it up to a repeater going through here, so that now as items are going up, it triggers this dragon head. So when the system is actually working, these two dragons seem like they like chat to each other. Let's just see if I got anything. Here we go. Let's just chuck some torches into it and see if I can show it to you working. Give it a go. There he goes. Natter, natter, natter. Om nom nom nom. I'm not sure whether or not he's chatting or whether or not he's just like, eating items through the sorter. We'll leave that for you to decide. But either way, it looks pretty cool. Now we have just a nice visual representation as to whether or not the system's actually working. It causes a little bit of lag every now and again. Whenever we chuck in, you might be able to see just a little bit. There's a little bit stuttering. I just think that's because there's so much redstone switching on and off in the background. But it's absolutely fine. As soon as you move away, and you look over here, it becomes nice and smooth again. And then when you come over to by here and it's moving, it just seems to stutter. And there's the other one talking as well. So those torches have obviously made it all the way through this system, and now they're coming down through here, which I'm guessing either means that we don't actually have a torch filter on, or the areas for torches are full. So we've put in a little hidey cubby hole down here for an overflow section for us to then be able to come and take things out and to hide them away. And this area is now looking lovely. A few little details, a clock and some bits and pieces, and this is done for now. I can imagine, for example, let me show you for an example. See here, we've got wood. I can imagine we're going to need lots more of this. I can imagine we're going to need a separate chest for like every different type of wood and bits and pieces, because that's not going to be enough. But for now, for right this second, this is more than enough storage, and it's so nice just to be able to come down here. I'm so lazy, just shove everything in and walk away for 20 minutes and all of your items are sorted. It's lovely. It's lovely. Very happy. And it shouldn't be too difficult to extend the house out this way and move the nether portal, and if we need to, just put in another whole row. We could probably fit another 2, if not 3 of these entire, these are individual modules. We've got 3 modules. We could probably fit, I want to say, probably at least another 6 modules in this back wall, should we need to. But that's a project for another day. My happy helper has also been very busy doing a little bit of stuff to the outside. As you can see, look at this. Look, we've got windows. Oh no, we'll give you the outside tour whenever we get there, because this is a very tall tower. And now I can just come straight off here and fly, which is just fantastic. So here we go. She's built one tower, and we've got another tower over here to get a bit of a better view of it. There we go. Another tower that we've literally just installed. So the building is slowly starting to get a little bit of depth to it. Still working on it, but that's a big improvement as far as I'm concerned. Oh, and speaking of my happy helpers, here we are. Oh, and what is it that you're doing here? You're building it up to hide the sorting system, making it look like a hill going into the side of the building.
Basically, yeah.
Or are you just dumping dirt?
Let's say more sophisticated, covering up.
Covering up, right. Oh, okay. Terraforming. That's what it's called. Terraforming. Oh, it's night time. Are we going to get attacked, or do we still? No. We slept recently. We should be good. Phantoms that should not be coming. So for the rest of this episode, I'm going to take you over to where I've started building the next project. Only just started. So here's my little, let me see if I can ace the landing, ace the landing, ace the landing, ace the landing. Oh, look at that. Spot on in the middle, yeah. Pro. I'm already a pro at this flying malarkey. I haven't gone through 2 stacks of rockets yet and I'm already a pro. Fantastic. This is going to be where we're going to put a creeper farm. And that's what I'm going to spend the rest of the episode building. I'm going to we've built it over here because it's quite deep water, and we've lit up. I think we've lit up. All of the caves that are underneath here. Oop. Keys. So once this has been built and I put a little AFK platform up by here, it should get some decent rates, because the only thing that's going to be able to spawn even remotely close to by here are going to be drowned, and they don't spawn very often, so it shouldn't impact the rates very much. The reason that we have, well, I'm going to be building it out of nether brick and glowstone. Obviously I'm not going to be using an awful lot of glowstone because it's a creeper farm and so it needs to be dark. But on this little bit by here for me to start working on, I just put in some glowstone. But we're going to be using nether brick because I think it looks nice, and I want the drops from this farm for a nether project that's going to be coming up, because as you can see, we are in 1.16. The nether update has dropped. We're still in 2 minds as to whether or not we're going to reset our nether. My money is on yes. Yeah. I think it would be a good thing. I think it would be a good thing to reset the nether, because we've gone off in lots of different directions, and the nether's quite dangerous, and I don't fancy doing too much exploring in it. And I would like to get netherite, and I would like to explore the other biomes, and I don't want to go for thousands and thousands and thousands of blocks in all directions just to be able to check out the new blocks and whatnot. So my money is on resetting the nether, because it's going to be no big loss. We don't have any big farms in there. It's just going to be resetting up some portals. So we might look into that. But one of the easiest things in the nether is obviously there's the new netherite, and you've got to get sort of like the ancient debris that's down there. And I've watched a couple of videos, a couple of hermits from Hermitcraft in Season 7 have already done it. And I would like to play around with, keyboard again. I would like to play around with some TNT. And obviously for TNT, you need gunpowder. So let's get going. It's done. Here it is. Oh, took longer than I care to admit. And a couple of bugs, but it was fun. It was fun to do. Some of you might recognise the design. I believe it was by a YouTuber called Shulkercraft. I've just nabbed his design. It uses oh wow, he actually managed to land on this thing for once. It uses a little timer circuit here to flush everything out, and multiple layers. There are several versions of this sort of design. Some use cats to scare the creepers off. This one uses water. There are pros and cons. The pros on this being that it also generates spiders, because you can't put like little sections of carpet down. You do get spiders. So a pro of this design is that you also get string. The con of this design is that you also get string. So obviously the rates are not as good as I suppose the ones that would use the cats or some other types of design, but string is good. There are always uses for string. Now I haven't gone quite to the same size as the Shulkercraft design does. But I've left the room. I've left the room to do it. Let me come over here a little ways. Let me see if I can. I'm not used to flying yet. Forgive me. I'll learn. I'll get better. I'll get better. So there you go. You can see the water flooding out. I don't know, and there it goes, flooding out to the little sequence that it floods out and floods out and floods out, and it goes up in sequence. I can build up more layers, but I got to admit, this little farm, even with these little layers, I've built myself a little AFK platform all the way up there, and when I don't have any of the happy helpers online, this thing produces a serious amount of resources. Let me see if I can I'll go on into the inside and show you guys. I've started doing a little bit of decorating, and all of this is just temporary. This is just temporary. So I've got myself a little TNT crafting section over here. You see the warning lines like "Do not cross." I've got a little blast container here. We've got all of our, we've got all of our gunpowder deposits coming back and forth, and our sand deposits. I've tried to make it look as nice as possible, and I've started crafting up some TNT. Can't possibly imagine what I'm going to be using that for. And I've put in some bulk storage here. This storage system isn't working completely yet, but it works. I haven't been AFK as of late since I've tidied this lot up. And if I come over here, you can see, yeah, there's just me and the minions on here. There's gunpowder for days, and there's string for days, and that was from just 2 small AFK sessions. I think I went on AFK for about 1 hour and one sort of like 6-7 hour overnight session, and I've crafted up some TNT. I've crafted up a load of rockets, and we've still got double chestfuls of stuff. So even when it's only sort of like half as high as sort of like the Shulkercraft actually does it, it's still producing more than enough for us for the time being. But as you can see, I've got the space in here that I can build it up should we require more. But this is it for now. I am going to prettify it. It is very much, I keep on saying this, I find myself saying this an awful lot. It's a work in progress. It's form over function at the moment. It is working, it is producing, and it's giving us what we need. It's not pretty. Okay, we can all agree on that. It's not pretty at the moment. I've tried to fancy up the inside a little bit. I'm thinking of doing something similar over this side, but sort of like for rockets. So we'll just have to stay tuned. I'll play around with this off camera. I'll just play around, try to get it looking a little bit better, try and get the inside here. Stop these water droplets coming down because they're annoying. I'll make it look nice in here, I will. But for now, this thing is working. I want to put a launch pad. I want to put like a runway on here with some flashy lights. That's gonna be a thing. I want to have a little sort of sea runway with flashy lights in it. Yeah, I want to do that. I want to do that at some point. But I will get it sorted. I will. But it's working. It is working for now. And I'm going to be doing, let's get this right. I'm going to be doing a couple of AFK sessions here, and I'm going to be getting some sands, and I'm going to be getting lots of TNT. That's going to allow us to make lots of these things. Because we got the sugarcane farm. That's the word, words, they're good. We have the sugarcane farm that basically now we have unlimited rockets, so we are going to be flying everywhere from now on, which is just great. Because as you can tell by the fact I botched most of my landings here, I'm not an amazing flyer yet, but I'm learning. We will get there. So that's going to wrap it up for this episode. I'm going to do some AFK sessions. We're going to be doing a lot of TNT creating, and please come back and join us for the next episode of Dig with Dan, where we're going to reset the nether, and we're going to go see if we can get some new shiny armor and have a little look around there and see what all that's about. So until then, have fun and keep on digging. Bye!